Welcome, my name is Valentina Seguel-Clavet, and through this video, I will reflect on the different milestones of my professional practice. I developed my professional practice at Liceo Simón Bolívar, a public high school located in Hualpén. The majority of the student population of this institution belongs to a low socioeconomic status, with a vulnerability rate of 71.93%, whose families earn an average of 300 Chilean pesos per month. Additionally, there is a small percentage of students that live in governmental children's care centers. The classroom chosen for my head teacher's specialty and unit implementation was 10th grade B, which accommodates a diverse group of learners with varying educational needs, strengths, and weaknesses. Almost half of the students belong to the PA program, with a variety of diagnoses which interfere with their memory, attention span, speech, and other executive functions, with an average level of English ranging from A1 and below to B2. Now, regarding identification of the learner needs, the analysis consisted of a questionnaire in Spanish, conducted through a Google form with close-end questions for students to answer more effectively. The form was divided into 5 sections: proficiency, language skills, future applications, areas of interest, and unit-related knowledge. It provided a helpful insight regarding my students' linguistic abilities, learning preferences, and motivational factors. In the first section on proficiency, they were asked basic information about their communicative skills, whether they were capable of introducing themselves or give directions and opinions in English. And the answers in these sections were mostly positive. In the second section, regarding the proficiency in the 4 language skills, the results highlighted a lack of confidence in productive skills, especially in speaking, mainly due to the fear of making mistakes in front of others. Additionally, students felt more confident with written tasks, which they associated with privacy and a lower risk of exposure. Finally, in the areas of interest, it was regarding what type of activities could help them to get a better understanding of the English language. It revealed that they had a strong preference for interactive and multimedia-based activities, particularly videos, music, and games. Then, regarding the alignment with the course objective, the data analysis provided essential insights into my learners' current abilities, interests, and challenges. By examining the data collected, along with class observation, I was able to identify the specific skills that the students needed to strengthen to improve their English skills. Moreover, to formulate my unit, I relied on both the national curriculum for the 10th grade and my need analysis. First, it helped me to prioritize most relevant communicative skills, ensuring the objectives targeted areas such as vocabulary development or oral interaction, being the biggest one, the necessity to increase their speaking skills, while encouraging them to interact with their peers. Second, the need analysis revealed learners' preferences and learning styles, allowing me to design objectives that were achievable, meaningful, and aligned with the classroom needs and the national curriculum. Then, regarding the adaptation of content and materials, based on the result, it can be appreciated that the students prefer videos, music, and interactive games to enhance their English skills. Because of this, the materials chosen for the unit needed to be highly visual and interactive to help students feel supported while gradually strengthening their weaker skills. This decision to use more visual and tangible materials was also driven by the high number of students with special educational needs, since almost half of the class belonged to the peer program and presented diverse learning needs. Then, regarding the differentiation strategies, and considering the wide range of learning styles and preferred methods within the class, the unit aimed to incorporate activities that address most of these needs with a particular emphasis on communicative, collaborative, and interactive tasks with multimodal and tangible input. Regarding the design for multiple means of engagement, I wanted my students to keep engaging in the lessons, learning spaces that inspire joy and encourage playful exploration are essential for effective learning. That's why I provided them with different activities with game as the central aim. For instance, the creation of a board game using the target language and the creation of characters to create a story. These activities help them not only to learn, but also to foster collaboration, independence, and collective learning. Then, regarding the design for multiple means of action and impression, I wanted them to not just express their knowledge through traditional assessments. That's why for their final evaluation, I asked them to create a model of a sustainable hands, which provided them with autonomy and choice while fostering collaboration and independence. Then, regarding assessment and feedback, mainly because of time constraints and classroom management, most of the evaluations were conducted using rubrics or rating scales, as these tools made it easier for students to understand what was expected from them. Moreover, multiple summative assessments during the unit were designed to be short, clear, and performance-based. Since many learners require structured guidance and visual support, the assessment criteria was simplified and presented in an accessible format for all of them. This ensured that the students could track their own progress and improve their performance, reduce their anxiety during evaluation moments, and allow the teachers to monitor understanding in a consistent and efficient way. Then, regarding the cultural and linguistic considerations, the topic of the implemented unit was sustainable development. And to directly link this content with the students' cultural context, I incorporated examples, texts, and activities that were related to their local context that could be observed in their community. Because of this helped the students to make more meaningful connections. And linguistically, the need analysis showed that students had a varying proficiency levels, ranging from A1 to B2, which was a minority, and rely heavily on visual aids, guided tasks, and simplified input to understand new vocabulary. For this reason, lessons included scaffolding strategies and such as sentence starters, model text, visuals, and pre-teaching key vocabulary. Additionally, it was necessary to adapt the difficulty and speed of reading activities, videos, and listening to avoid making students feel overwhelmed with information. Then, a reflection on the effectiveness. Well, overall, and based on the academic outcomes of the unit, I can confirm that the instructional decisions were effective in addressing the learner's needs. Students demonstrated notable progress in their understanding of sustainable concepts while expanding their vocabulary related to the topic and strengthening their reading and grammar skills. However, speaking continues to be a challenge for which students need more support. While some learners become more confident in peer group and group work, many still struggle to express their ideas in both Spanish and English. This suggests that they need to incorporate more structured oral practice, but I believe that with more time, the majority of them will be able to acquire a good communicative competence level. Additionally, I would incorporate more differentiation strategies to address the majority of students, especially those with special educational needs. More visual organizers and adequate tasks for those who struggle the most, and extension tasks for those advanced learners. Since during this unit, some students finish the tasks too fast and will get bored. Then, regarding the continuous improvement, the professional practice provided me with a real opportunity to immerse myself in the Chilean educational system, actual curricular planning, and administrative work. I was in control of 5 different classrooms from grade 9 and 10, with an average of 30 students per class. I learned that each student is a unique individual, like planets, in an orbit trying to fit. I learned that different classroom management strategies could help me to understand the importance of establishing clear routines and expectations to support my students while becoming aware of the need to constantly adapt my pedagogical approach, especially in terms of allocation, scaffolding, and differentiation to ensure accessibility for all my students. Finally, in the near future, I expect to graduate and start looking for job opportunities, define and polish my teaching methods while becoming the teacher that I once dreamed about. I now feel more committed. We're working in contexts that promote equality, equity, and meaningful learning opportunities for students, which aligns with the educator that I aspire to become one day. one that does not only provide academic knowledge, but the means for students to become integral members of society. These were the references used during this video. Thanks for your attention.